Hey guys, welcome back to Resin with Rachel. So today I wanted to try two different ways to try to do the Larimar effect. Over here on the left side, you'll see that I have a white and a darker blue and then more of a greenish blue. Now that's all alcohol ink. And over on the right side, here I have some white that is pigment. It's Let's Resin Ocean White. And then I have like a really dark gray that ended up looking black, and then another teal-ish looking blue. Now, the colors on the right are pigments. The colors on the left are alcohol inks. And then I have my little glass pieces that I want to use in the middle. They're really pretty, like a dark black and blue. So I have tried this Larimar effect so many times and have been completely unsuccessful each time. So I figured, well, let me try. And every time I've ever done it, I've done it with the resin pigment. So I was like, let me try it with alcohol ink and see if that makes a difference. So I have not let my resin sit for a long time. I have not tested the temperature. I just mixed my resin, put my alcohol inks, my pigments in, and now I'm pouring. So the top coaster is going to be my alcohol inks. As you can see, I just poured the white in. I really didn't add a whole lot of white alcohol ink. The brand that I use for the alcohol ink is Let's Resin. Their package comes with 2 white sinker alcohol inks, and that's what I mixed for that. So I put my white in, and I'm going to try to move it so you can see it a little bit better. But the times that I've tried this before, I've only done it with white and then another color. This is the first time I'm going to try it with the white and 2 different colors, a lighter color and a darker color. And my torch was out of fuel, so I'm having to use a candle lighter here. But you can see that now I'm just going to pour straight in the middle my darker blue. So I'm pouring that blue there. And then right in the center of that blue, I'm going to pour in my lighter greenish blue color. Now, what I've noticed is we all know from my resin crafters, and then I'm pouring my clear right in the middle. So we all know that the alcohol inks are going to be a lot more transparent looking, right? And then your pigments are going to tend to be a lot darker. So as you can see on the left side, with my cups that are still sitting there, they're pretty light, actually. So I don't know if that makes a difference. Now, I have not taken a course on the Larimar effect. I don't have it in me to pay the money to do courses. So I'm just trying to figure things out on my own. And everything that I've seen on YouTube and watched people do this effect, they don't ever tell you like how long their resin has sat for or what the secret is. And I still don't know what the secret is. So that's why I'm doing this project, to test the 2. So, okay, so the one on the top looks like it's ready to sit. And then we're gonna do the pigments. Now, I know with how your resin always moves to the center, that's how you get the Larimar effect. I just didn't know how to successfully achieve that. And I'll show you the coasters that I have made before, my failed coasters. And I feel like maybe my pigment was too heavy. Maybe the white was too dark. So I tried not to mix a whole lot of white this time just to see. Okay, so I poured my white and now I'm pouring my dark color in the middle. And it looks pretty black. It wasn't a black, but it definitely looks black. And then I'm going to pour the blue in the middle of that. And then I have just enough clear to go smack in the middle of that one. Now I did not want to spray these with my 91% alcohol because I was afraid that might affect the turnout. So this is where you would want to use your heat gun or a torch. Now keep in mind, if you are going to torch a coaster that has alcohol inks mixed in resin, you definitely want to wait a little bit. That way the alcohol can settle and you're not going to catch it on fire. So I went ahead and poured the little glass pieces in the middle here. And as you can see, there's quite a few bubbles on the surface. So again, the top one is our alcohol inks, and the bottom one that I'm currently working on is pigments only. And you can see that the top one with the alcohol inks, the white is moving towards the center. The bottom one, it's very slow to move. I'm going to assume that that's because it is pigments in the resin, and the pigments make it a little bit heavier. I'm not quite sure, but that would be my guess. The alcohol inks are pretty fluid. So now this picture I'm zooming in, this was a little bit later, probably about 45 minutes later. You can see that the white has moved towards the center on both of them. They look pretty cool from what I can see. We're gonna let these sit for 24 hours and come back and see how they look. Okay, so it's been 24 hours. I could not help myself. I went ahead and demolded that one, and I cheated because you can see through these molds. So you could actually turn it over before you demold it and see if you got an effect. And I can tell you right now, the one on the left with the pigments did not give me the effect, the Larimar effect. So that's why I went ahead and demolded it early. You can see that maybe it was starting to right there, but maybe it was just that the white was too thick, too heavy. Like maybe I put too much of the white pigment in, but you can see that it was trying to, but I did not get the Larimar effect on that one. Now, I did not cheat and demold the one on the right yet. I'm showing you right here. These are my other attempts at the Larimar effect. This one right here, I've used my gold marker on a couple times just to get the ink out. But that one I failed. This one right here, it was actually it's really pretty, but I did not get a Larimar effect on that one. I think on this one, I might actually paint a flower with some gold paint on that one because I still like the way it looks. But you can see those two attempts was not successful at the Larimar effect. And this one right here with the pigment, close, but I was not successful with that one either. Now, these molds aren't very thick. Maybe that has something to do with it as well. Okay, so let's demold this one. Now, I can tell by looking at the other side that I definitely got a Larimar effect, so I was super excited. Here you go, guys. I was floored. Now there are some little micro bubbles on the surface, and I also noticed that my mold has a little chip cut out of it. And you can see on my coaster, there's a little dull part right there. Unfortunately, I just ran my finger over it, but that's the part in my mold that is chipped out, and I did not know that I had that blemish on my mold, which is a bummer because this coaster turned out really nice. But there are teeny little micro bubbles in this one as well. However, this was a test, so I am excited that I was able to achieve it, and now I know that I can definitely do it, and it worked for me with alcohol ink. Again, I used Let's Resin brand. Here I'm showing you. This is a Sinker White Let's Resin alcohol ink. And then I'm going to show you the other colors. So I think I used like a sapphire blue on the Let's Resin. It wasn't the midnight blue. Either way though, the Let's Resin alcohol inks are definitely darker than, I have some cheap alcohol inks. The Let's Resin brand ones are really, really good. I've done some of the blooming flowers before with my cheap alcohol inks, and they're not very dark, but the Let's Resin brand is pretty colorful, very vibrant. So I was excited to achieve the Larimar effect with that. This was the Ocean White that I used on the pigment side over here on the left, the one that did not work. Now the Ocean White is a very heavy and thick pigment paste, so that could be why. And these are the pigments. Morandi is the resin pigments that I used for the one on the left that did not work. I might go ahead and keep trying to get the Larimar effect with my pigments, but I'm happy to know that at least I was successful in doing it with the alcohol inks. So again, nothing fancy, you guys. I did not wait. I did not take my temperature of my resin. I mixed my resin, mixed my colors, and poured it straight into the mold, and I was able to achieve the Larimar effect. So here you go. Here you have it. After multiple attempts, I have finally done it, and I am very excited. So again, thank you for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. There's some more tests that I'm thinking about trying in the future, but I appreciate you guys watching.